Hi everyone, welcome back to U-764. We're continuing our patrol before we make our way to Bergen, to our new quartermasters there. We've just come south of Ireland to pick up the mini convoys which sail with south of Ireland up into Liverpool. And we've got ourselves a little convoy here. We moved ourselves into position. Sound engineer is just locating them and pinpointing them. I think we've got about 4 or 5 vessels. So let's go to the map, start plotting them, getting their speed, and then we can raise the periscope. We're currently sitting at periscope depth. It's evening time, it's dark. We do have the snorkel up, but as it's dark we're kind of taking that risk. We may drop it down when they get a little bit closer. As you can see, we've switched to electric engines, so we're not producing any diesel fumes out of the snorkel, but we're just using it for the fresh air at the moment. Once they get a little bit closer, we'll pull it down, but for now it stays. Let's start plotting and calculating some of these ships. Right, so here we are. This is the ships. You can see where we are. We are south of Ireland, and we've got a number of ships coming to us. So what we'd probably do. It'd be difficult to. Maybe we have to. With the angle. Oh, the corvette's just popped in there. Look, there's the escort. So it'd be interesting. We probably can't get a torpedo onto this one here, because of this one will probably block it. But yeah, I think these two definitely, and then. We might as well have a stab at it, mightn't we? We might as well have a stab at it, but first of all, let's do the basics and get the speed calculation done. So let's get it going. Time it over a minute, see how far she goes. There we go. So that gives us a rough time that distance. Sorry, it travelled in a 1 minute time scale. 162 meters. 154 meters is 5 knots. 185 is 6 knots. So she's doing 5.5 knots. So there we go, 5.5 knots. We know that. Where's the other corvette? There. Right. Okay. So. First off, that looks like a juicy target. That looks like a juicy target. And this looks like a juicy target. So we'll lock on this to begin with. We're going to pick our targets. There you go. Liberty. That's a Liberty. Let's get that locked on there. Right. Bring up the TDC. Now we know she's doing about 5.5 knots. Let's work out her angle of bow. So it gives us an angle of bow of 67 degrees and a range of just under 4,000 meters. So 67 and 4,000 meters, just under. Alright, there we go. What have we got in the tubes? We've got T3, T1, T3, T5, no, T2. Let's get the T1 warmed up, or sort of flooded, sorry. That calculating. And we'll let that come a little bit closer, because what I want to do, I want to fire when she's about here, so we may be able to get an angle on these two ships here. So we're going to let a bit of time pass. Okay, a bit of time has passed, and we can now see it's now at 83 degrees and roughly 3,700 meters still. So if we look on here, 83, yes, nice. It's tracking nicely. Still about 4,000 meters, which is fine. Right. Tube 1 is ready to go still. Waiting for this to tick down. It's pretty much there, so let's fire tube 1. Nice. Now, target the other 2. Right, next up we've got this ship here. Let's get her identified. Got 3 masts at the front. C3, do you reckon? Yeah, it looks like a C3. Nice, that's quite a juicy target. Tempted to fire 2 torpedoes at this one. What's the length of a C3? Uh, 145 meters. Okay, cool. Right, so we know the speed is right. Got 145. So we'll do 140. Let's work out her angle of bow. So her angle of bow is 62, and it's about 3,300 meters. So let's get this down to 62. There we go. Nice. And about 3,300 meters, wasn't it? Yeah, about there. Nice. Right. Is that? Oh, tube 3. I'm not going to fire the T5 at her, so we'll just go with 1 torpedo then. Let's fire. Good. 2 torpedoes in the water. I'm going to save that T5. We might need that for the corvette that's coming in. Right. After a bit of wait, finally torpedo tube 2 has been reloaded. So let's lock on to this ship over here, which looks like another C3. Interesting. Yeah, the loading tube 1. So let's get 2 flooded. Speed we know. Let's get her angle of bow. Oh, let's get her identified first, sorry. It's another C3. So her angle of bow is, hang on, this is just that. 53, and the range is 46. 53 and 46, right. 53. He says, trying to get it very delicately, but very challengingly. There we go, 52 and a bit. Lock that on and track it, and 4-3, wasn't it? About there. Nice. Right, so we wait for this one. Tube 2 is flooding. How are the other 2 torpedoes? Are they on track? Ooh, I don't know. They look a little bit behind, so I'm going to nudge that speed up to 6 knots. Tube 2 fire. Right, let's dive down to 30 meters. Right. Okay, we had 1 hit, 2 misses. They weren't. I shouldn't change that speed on the last one. Why are we looking behind us? Hang on. So we've got the Corvette there. And we've got the Liberty ship there. Where is the... Where's the C3 gone? Alright, the Corvette is searching. Oh, there she is. Don't know why I lost her for a moment. Right. We know, well, we roughly... Who knows if they change the speed now. So what we're going to do is do another calculation for this one. And we've got that... What have we got loaded? Oh, they're preheating that T5. So, that is what we're going to try and have a fire at her. And then we're going to get out of here. We're having a dreadful day with this light. So it's 4,000 meters, 72. $72. 4,000 meters. Yeah, there we go. Alright, just waiting for the torpedo tube to be reloaded now. And then we'll fire this. Right, Tube 5 is reloaded. Now that Corvette is getting close to that ship, so there's a good chance that this might go after the Corvette rather than the merchant ship here. But hey ho, one less problem, isn't it? Right, let's track that and see how that does. But first, we're going to dive down again. Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, so this is the one we fired at. You can see it's actually tracked the Liberty freighter instead. It didn't go for one of the Corvettes, which I thought it might, but no, it's gone for the Liberty. So yeah, it was searching, picked up the Liberty, and is heading that way now. Right, so there's the Liberty. She took a torpedo hit. No fluffs given, it would seem. If we look on... Actually, no, let's go back to... just come up to periscope depth again, so we're just balancing out. There's an Empire. Where's the C3 that we were... There she is. Let's have a third attempt on this one. Let's just check that this is all good. Where is she? She's there. Let's actually delete some of this mess. We will get our mark one way or another. No, so the Corvettes are faffing around there. But I've just noticed that we've got a couple more T5s loaded, so we might as well fire and forget and have a bit of fun. Right, let's get this as accurate as we can. So we got a range of 3,500 meters, and we have 86. It's a nice angle, actually. So 86. Probably stick it to excuse me, 5.5. And what was the range? 3,500. There we go. So we can see we got a T3, a T5, a T5, and a T5. So let's work this one out. Let's get the T3 ready to go. And we'll fire the T3 at it. And then we'll have a bit of fun with the T5s. Right, let's get... Where's that Liberty? There. Oh, she's definitely... Oh, she's slowing down, isn't she? Possibly. Let's get her locked in. So angle about 126 and 4,500 meters. Right, track that. And what was the meterage? 4,600. Oh, is that too far? Is that too far? Oh, 4,500, right. Maybe we'll chance a T5 there. Chances are it's going to go off target and hit something else anyway, but... Right, and with these two other T5s, we'll just hold them back for the moment and see what destruction these two cause, and then we might go fire a couple at the corvettes if they get close. And with that, another C3 is sent to the bottom. So, the torpedo we fired, the T3, missed. It narrowly went behind the C3, and it narrowly went in front of this NA1 freighter, which was really annoying. So again, the speed wasn't quite right. They've obviously sped up a little bit. We didn't recalculate that. But the homing torpedo sorted it out and managed to... get a rearward hit. Now these are getting out of range now, but then it's an expensive torpedo, so what we might do is just count our blessings for the two C3 freighters and a damaged Liberty. She doesn't seem to have slowed at all, which is a bit of a shame. Otherwise we would have probably picked her off, and these Empire class ships, they're well and good, but we got the two juicy ones. Missed out on the third juicy one. But yeah, we're low on oxygen, so get the snorkel up and we'll probably just slip away quietly now and start heading back to Bergen. Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, literally just as we were going away, we happened to stumble into another convoy of 3 ships, and they all look juicy and unescorted. Is that another C3? Oh, hello. Right, we do have... I'm thinking we might use the... T5 on this one. We can do this the old way. Speed this way. Now we got identified, we know the length, so let it pass through the crosshairs, do the speed check, and that'll give us a speed calculation as well. And what we can also do is hop up and use the deck gun, and then we will be out, and then we must run. We must run. So this one's just gone past our perfect angle, but that's fine. Get rid of the C3, that's the one with the deck guns on it. And yeah. Hopefully. This is a very busy shipping lane though, so you can't hang about. Because something, 5 knots there. Something will be along any second causing all sorts of misery for us. Oh, God, I haven't done it by this way for a long time. Let's work out the angle of bow. There you go. Angle of bow is 125. Right. I'm taking, I guess this is linked to it, is it? So if I go 1, 2, 5. No. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 5. No, okay, fine. So 1, 2. And 1, 2, 5, there we go. That's fine. Speed is 5 knots. That's carried across, which is good. We can do the range with the stab meter. 3,000 meters apparently. What did we work it out like that as? 3,000 meters. Spot on. Spotty dog. They're about 50 meters apart, those two calculations, but that I'll take that. That's not bad at all. Right. Let's get tube 4, the T5 and tube 4 loaded. And we'll fire as soon as it's available. Fire. Seems like tube 4 is still being preheated, so we may have to hold off on that one. Now hopefully the torpedo will go the direction we want it to go and not come for one of these closer targets. There's every chance that it might veer off. Yep, and that is exactly what it did. It veered off and went for the closer target, which you kind of had a feel it might do. But that's definitely sunk that ship. So if tube 3, sorry, T5 in tube 3 is ready, this is still tracking that target. There's every chance that it'll go straight back to this one. But fingers crossed, it won't. Hi everyone, there goes the third and last ship in that small convoy. I regret to say, due to a technical issue on the boat, we are unable to surface at this current time. We seem to have seeped all the air out of our tanks, so we can't surface. So while we get round to resolving that, unfortunately this ship is going to slip away out of our grasp. So with that, there's no point chasing. We need to get some repairs done, and then we'll head on to Bergen. Disappointing, but sometimes these things happen. A couple of days later, the crew of U-764 were able to make it to Bergen port after fixing the issue with the ballast tanks. But they were able to surface and fix and repair as they went along, and now they're back, ready to receive their debriefing on their recent patrol. So here we are, debriefing with the BDU officers. So, We received 100% reputation. That's all we got. It was a transfer from La Rochelle to Bergen. Obviously, we've done it sinking several ships on the way. Tonnage sunk was 45,677 tons. Time at sea was 31 days, 15 hours. And the distance travelled was 34,579.4 kilometres. On this transfer, we were able to sink Lady Nelson Liberty freighter for 7,214 tons. Empire Lord C3 freighter for 7,803 tons. Empire Lugard Empire Bell freighter for 3,305 tons. Empire Laird C3 freighter for 7,751 tons. The Empire Labrador, a C3 freighter for 7,762 tons. An Empire Lagos Empire Tower freighter for 4,083 tons. And the Empire Light, a C3 freighter for 7,759 tons. Happy days. We left a bit of tonnage out there today, or on this patrol, but overall we got back. We're safe. We got 45,000 tons to the logbook of U-764, and I don't suppose we can be too unhappy with that. We've also reported to the officer in Bergen after travelling to our new home port. So here we are in Bergen, and this is where we'll go next time on our further adventures on the seas, sinking the Allied tonnage as best we can and avoiding those dastardly destroyers and corvettes. So we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have, hit that thumbs up, and make sure if you want to see some more, make sure to subscribe, hit that tickle bell. Hit that tickle bell? Tickle the bell. Hit and tickle the bell so you make sure you get all the notifications of the next video releases. Thank you so much. Take care. I'll see you soon.